This is the best thing you will ever do for your family. Unique styling, one of a kind. It'll need about 6 to 8 hours overnight charge off the adapter, unless you get running marathons.
Hello, Toby. It's very nice to meet you. I'm okay with this.
It's a surprise.
Dr. Milliken, I have good news. You qualify for an upgrade. One of these bad boys can do 10 times what the D-series can do.
Look, I'm happy with the one I've got.
Hello. You must be Laura.
We don't need one. You're taking it back.
No, I'm not taking it back.
I've been looking for you for a long time. You've been pretending to be so much less than what you are.
Odie?
Stand still! This machine needs to be recycled, mate. Won't even power up.
Everybody, and welcome back to the Lucky Dog Podcast. Today we are discussing AMC's Humans.
What is he?
Episode 4. Just a quick discussion on it. Nothing scene by scene or anything specific. But wanted to just follow up to what I originally thought Humans, first impressions of Humans had turned out to be. So far, I'm still pretty interested in the show. I have found a few flaws. I think that the technology aspect, the lack of technology, is really starting to irk me a little bit. The fact that we're somehow in the middle of the future, but we don't have we have these robots that look just like humans and they act almost just like humans, if not more intelligent, but there's nothing else around them that says that anything else has progressed. They're still driving the same cars, they're charging with the same cables, like even they're probably wearing, I think they're wearing the same headgear, like earbuds and stuff like that. Like nothing looks like it's progressed at all, so it's really bothered me a little bit in that aspect. But episode 4 specifically talked about some the AI actually having feeling and being something more than just artificial intelligence, and that's because just like the television show, it says we've made them something more. And as they were talking about the authenticity of the robot, they were also intertwining the husband, showing the 18 older plus, features on Anita and having sex with her, which also is quite questionable if that was consensual, because it seems that she may have some sort of say in it, and according to the daughter, a couple scenes later, she defends a bot that is actually knocked out at a party, and she says, you don't disrespect something that doesn't have any agency or something like that. So it's interesting to see how this show is shaping out to form the legalities of how they're shaping how people are looking at the robots and how we should respect them. Something that really isn't shined in Westworld, another show that I compare this to a lot. They're both talking about robots and technology and stuff like that. So I really enjoyed the performances in some of the characters. Anita is fantastic. Some of the robots that are supposed to have a couple of feelings, I believe it's Max. He shows pretty good emotion. Let me think. William, I think his name's the older man's new bot, who he's not too fond of, who he's been trying to get the slip up on. His bot is like out to get him. Like she's actively like pissed at him, and she's she's just a crazy angry bot, and she's clearly showing more emotion. I think it's Vera. It's William Hurt's bot, and Vera is showing way more emotion than she needs to be, unless she's got some sort of conscience that we are unaware of, that's been activated. I've really enjoyed what is her name? Niska, I believe her name is. She was the prostitute who broke free from the brothel after a dude had said some creepy weird things to her. First of all, that guy was creepy as hell. I'm kind of glad she did the choke slam on him. Second of all, not so sure if I'm crazy about the blue blood. It appears that there might be able to be synths that have regular blood. I can't really tell if the one character that runs around with Max, let me see what his name is. Just had it up here. What is his name? It's Leo, played by Colin Morgan. He seems to be a pretty interesting character. I just can't really get behind what exactly he is. And it says he's a human, but I saw a couple wires coming out of him, and so he's also sort of been plugged up to the computer, I believe, in this episode as well. He says he's found the episode, the key to life, or something like that. Or so it's been kind of vague. I think they're just trying to ham it out, string it out until the very end of the season to really give us who this guy is. I know he said he's the son of a guy, someone that helped create these synths, I believe, and it seems that Dr. George McKillen, played by William Hurt, was part of the creation of these synths. And so I kind of like how it's starting to wind back around, and all these plot lines are starting to intertwine and intermingle, and I've enjoyed this short ride. I see that it's kind of coming to a close. Let's see, it's a full 8 episode season for first season. I bet they're gonna extend it on the subsequent episodes. So season 2 they kept it with 8 episodes. I enjoy that, and I think AMC is gonna see good results with that coming back. I think they're working with some other studios, so they might be forced to keep the count low. I know this sounds like a lot of European broadcasting, and I know European broadcasting tries to keep their episode count pretty low, and so I think that's the way to go anyway, because you can tell tighter, more condensed stories, and you can keep the budget dispersed within just a smaller amount of episodes, and it's a little bit better. So I'd say one thing they do have to work on is the action. For there to be robots and stuff like that, some of the action has not been up to par for me. They just do a lot of close-up shots, close shots, camera tricks where they'll out of focus, or like when William Hurt and his synth were driving off the road, Odie, they literally held the camera in one place and let the car drive off the screen, which completely made it just look fake. And then they cut to the car already in a wreck. Didn't look real at all, and just things like that just could have been a little bit tighter. But the last few episodes have been pretty great. I am interested. I was really interested to see how the father was getting along with Anita, and they're really playing the sexual angles up with both the son and the father. Both are infatuated with Anita, and the mother is about to hop on that real quick when she realizes all this stuff's going on. and how infatuated the men are with these bots. It seems that the daughter is starting to catch on a little bit. She's decided, like, we have a bot that is a little defective. We need to check this, keep this checked out and whatnot. And so Kelly just texted me. She says episode 5 is insane in the membrane, and after just watching 4, that was insane in the membrane as it was. So especially the end of we have the detective going through. Sorry. The detective has been kicked out of his house, and his wife is with that synth. If turn that 18 up stuff, turn it up, getting it heated up, you already know what it is up. She's like, I don't need you anymore. You over here bitching about everything. And so it's kind of fucked up because he's getting kicked out and replaced by exactly what he's trying to fight. So that's also a bit of irony. Let's see. His partner is gonna definitely fuck him. I definitely believe they have some sort of chemistry until the very end of episode 4. I was like, what the at the when it shows the overhead shot of her mouth, like, opening up about 3 to 4 size inches longer than a normal mouth. It looked like some stuff you saw on It or something like that. I thought this was going straight supernatural. I was like, fuck, and I was like, I don't even know what I'm watching anymore. And then she pulled out a bag of it just looks, I guess it was all the food and stuff she had just eaten and regurgitated up with, or just held in her esophagus, because bots don't need to eat, assumingly. And so she basically is faking being a human in front of this detective. I don't know what for. No one knows what for. Apparently, maybe just get the scoop on him. Maybe to sleep with him. Maybe I don't know. But she's scheming up, and she seems to have some sort of conscience that most of them don't, or we're not aware of. And the green eyes seem to be a bait and switch. It appears that you don't have to have green eyes to label you a synth. Green eyes really mean nothing. If she's a synth, then almost anyone can be a synth. They're basically pulling a full Westworld, or Westworld's pulling a full them. It's starting to become much more difficult to tell. It used to be the green eyes only could tell or how they were acting, with the, keeping their back straight, particularly just keeping their back straight, and the green eye stuff. But like, when William Hurt is like doing things around his house, like, Vera actively looks pissed, like actively is like dismayed. And so I don't know if some of these robots, it's interesting to watch them, like the mannerisms. I'm sure they had to do several takes. I'm curious which ones the directors were like, we need to have this take here, make sure you show this very minor micro expression. It's like very detailed, and I bet they had to go to some serious schooling to do this type of stuff. Like, I think I said earlier in one of the other podcasts that they probably had to go through some serious like zombie school for Walking Dead. They probably had to go through like a robot school for the Humans show, and like Westworld. The more I think about it, I think Humans might be a weak title. They don't really know what to title it, so maybe they just went with Humans. I'm curious, unless they had like a book to go off of. But anyways, let's think of anything else. It's pretty interesting. It's definitely kicked up a notch. Kelly's got me a little hyped to watch the next one right now, and just discussing it with everybody else. It sounds great. I wish there was more people watching this. I mean, it seems like this is a pretty good show. There's only 16 episodes with a total of 2 seasons. 8 episodes each. It's really not a big commitment, so it's a nice little filler in between, and it's available apparently on Amazon Prime. That's how I'm watching it, and well, check it out. I'll be back to try to recap some more episodes. I'm not sure if I'm going to do episode by episode. Probably not, but just a quick recap, just how it's going along. All right, y'all. Take it easy. comment, share, questions, concerns, all the goods, whatever you need. It's available all at Twitter or email us. Tweet us at tweet us at LuckyDogPodcast. Email us at TheLuckyDogPodcast at gmail.com. Have a good one, and all of our other podcasts are available at YouTube. Check them out.
What
Thanks.
is he?
He's the Mona Lisa. He's penicillin. He's the atom bomb.
Step on it.
You brought it into the house and we don't know anything about it.
It's a machine.
We can't keep insisting that they are just gadgets. They are more than that. We have made them more than that.
I'm watching you.
I'm watching you too, Laura. You're right in front of me.
Finally, someone to laugh at my jokes.
Anita, you can stop now.